product through Puma.com, and it can be delivered either at the store where the customer can come back and pick it up, or he can actually get it delivered to his house. So giving the consumer the benefit. Now, if you have to extend this thought process can be extended to saying, today Puma.com, and obviously that's not my marketing strategy to drive traffic to Puma.com, because that will always be limited, right? Let's face it. Puma.com will be a platform for real Puma loyal consumers, and they will seek the brand. We will still promote the platform, but but for the majority of the consumers who are today shopping online, it is not the go-to site. But nothing stops us, once we have enabled this mechanism, nothing stops us from going live with the same thought process with an e-commerce platform which has the traffic. So let's say XYZ e-commerce player, you shop Puma, the guy doesn't have to stock inventory, the inventory lies in Puma stores, and he gets delivery faster, improving the KPIs of the e-commerce player in itself. So nothing stops us from going, once we have tightened the ship with Puma.com, and it is of course an important strategy, but not our only digital strategy, from going live with an e-commerce player where the traffic is. And we can actually create a great experience. The other thing that we are doing in the process, so one of the biggest challenges is, in this case, is that it's a very theoretically a great situation. I mean, people can shop online, people can get deliveries from stores, you come to store, you can shop online, it's a great experience, and a lot of people are talking about it, but the challenges are that it is extremely difficult to execute. And I'll give you one or two pointers, and the rest we can leave it for a later discussion. I'm sure the next panel is going to discuss the same. But in this case, you're assuming that the data integrity of every store, which means that what is there in the platform and what is there in the stores are seamlessly integrated. Easier said than done, because if you take an order on an inventory which does not exist, you're just gone. A consumer will never come back to that platform. Second is, today, every retailer is used to checking inventory, which is never at a size level. So, for example, if the inventory of the store is X, and they do a physical check, and they say, okay, these many pieces were less, and these many pieces were more, and ultimately, the shrinkage of the store is the difference between the two. Right? So because you do a financial shrinkage at the store level, kitna zyada tha, kitna kam tha, and you match it. But when you are using that inventory to selling stock online, even if there is the delta between how much was wrongly positive and how much was negative, that is the delta. Because if the store staff and staff is not ready, you take a size 7, they will punch in size 8, reducing the inventory of size 8, whereas physically size 7 is gone in. And the delta is anywhere between, with brands as proud as us, is about 5 to 7% of the inventory is not the same. Even though the shrinkage, which is the financial shrinkage, is less than 0.3%. Because the store staff is not attuned, they're not used to, because they just scan another product and give them, and that will be a disaster for omnichannel. I'll keep it there because it's a long story. I can just go on and on. I think someone asked me, do I have a PPT? I'm sorry, I don't need a PPT for this. I do this for a living, and this is my living for the next 2 years. I will get paid for this to doing this. So I don't have but I can go on and on this. Anyways, yeah.
Do we have time for one more question?
Yes, please.
So, some capabilities in backend empowered your online website to use stores as well. Brilliant. Then you moved on to store. You said in store also you are enhancing the experience so that you can do some of this. But you mentioned that there also you are going to Puma.com. Right? Do you think that this can be extended beyond Puma.com? Because at the store, going to your website is probably not the best way because you are within the system of Puma. You can probably go beyond what is there in the Puma.com. So Do you see potential of?
I think you missed it. I did mention that once in this, we theoretically it looks perfect to everyone. You talk about omni-channel and people say, "हाँ तो किस लिए wait कर रहे हो भाई?" Yeah, so natural. But it is an operations game, and it's a very difficult operations game. So before going outside the captive network of our own captive network, we would like to first completely firm up and tie all laces tightly and all seat belts tightly before we go into a platform which has a much bigger traffic. But yes, once we get it right and our store staff gets used to getting online orders and this ecosystem gets created, the capability gets created at the back end and integrated with our stores, our store staff gets used to it, nothing stops us, as I said. You can go anywhere. You can just, whoever has the traffic. We have the stock, we have the brand.
Why would you do it from the physical store of Puma? Puma, you go to Puma.com?
That's exactly what I'm asking. So,
I would say, if you ask me, Alok, I don't mind. Today, Mintra wants to supply from our store.
Nike, you might probably go and buy a Nike because the Nike guy will know, or some algorithm will tell him that there's a guy who was interested in buying.
Yeah. So if he comes to the store, yes, sorry, good. So thank you. In a store, if the guy is, why will I divert him to Flipkart or a Mintra? I will divert him to a Puma.com. Having said that, I can today use the same network, and the guy who is on Flipkart and wants to buy Puma, I can deliver from stores. So that's where I will go to the other platform, but not from my store to other platform. I mean, that would be, why will I take it to a multi-brand platform? But the opposite is true. Once I build this capability, my inventory can go and sit in any platform. Any platform traffic wants to buy that product can be serviced through the same network.
So essentially, I agree with Alok in that context. What I was saying was, instead of going to any .com, you would rather, empower your store management applications to look more internally and do similar experience for us.
Can we take the questions for later?
Sure. Okay.
So, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
And he would be giving a presentation on how brick and mortar retailer can leverage the usage of in-store technology and modern devices in the world of omni-channel retailing. So we please invite Mr. Shani Verma.
So, thanks folks, and first of all, on behalf of Microsoft, I'd like to welcome all of you here. After a pretty video platform, we are just initiating some conversation for the industry and taking the conversation forward. Not a presentation per se, I'll keep it very similar to what we did. Keep it interactive, but few contexts. We can set up some agenda and then we talk it around those areas. Give me a second. Globally a lot. What online retail, omni-channel retail, etc. has done, it has given some thought of innovation to the brick and mortar retail stores as well. And that is where we are going beyond and trying to understand what are the devices that we can bring in the retail environment. We are talking about technology, we are talking about in-store experience. Some of the devices globally we have brought in retail, and then we'll bring one by one into India as well. How can a wall become the interactive purchasing transaction screen for a customer, right? A wall in front of a store. How can Connect can help a customer or a retailer do away with say change rooms? How can you make change rooms virtual? Bringing in elements like HoloLenses to create virtual reality, help the customer make the choices, and then bringing it to the transaction screen. Leveraging devices like mobile devices like tablets, mobile phones, not as a transaction, as an engagement platform. We at Microsoft are investing a lot, have done a lot of projects. One of our customers in Australia, they have a wall, the store wall. When the store is closed, even then, customer can walk along, browse the catalog, book the order, and then that gets delivered. We've done those sort of projects. Yes, they will come to India as well, to some extent. You're bringing in elements like mobile devices like tablets, etc. Moving away from fixed POS to a mobile transaction platform within the store, in which it becomes more intuitive, interactive with the data. Some of the customers in India have already started leveraging these platforms. When we talk about those areas. So what we're this particular next round, 15 minutes, not take more than that, we'll just focus on what is the importance of modern devices in this modern era of retail. When we are hitting omnichannel, when we are pushing customers to the store from e-commerce as well. Few areas and context that we would like to set up very clearly is that does an online channel setting up a fantastic online platform help you become an omni-channel retailer? So the question is that you have a fantastic online presence. You are, as a retailer, on fantastic.com. You have good traffic moving there. That makes you a good online retailer. But does that make you also a good omni-channel retailer? Probably. You need a bit more than that. And what are those elements? So let us try to understand. What does online platform does for a brick and mortar retailer? It just pushes in traffic into the store, right? Now that is where experience comes into picture. What kind of experience you are providing on that rich content? It is A, digital. It is B, it has to be with that digital. It has to also bring in the transaction element. It has to also bring in customer engagement element within that four walls of the store. So question is, how do we leverage technology and other platforms when the customer comes into the store and make that conversation relevant for the customer? What we have thought of is that from the technology standpoint, there are three things that we talk when we talk omnichannel. Office, buy online, pick up in store. Buy online, return in store. Browse online, buy in store. Which means for being a true omnichannel retailer, it is important to have a very strong in-store technology present and leverage those whole areas. I've spoken about devices, I've spoken about platforms, and we are continuously working on that. Just to give you some context, when we talk about store, Abhishek mentioned it was a good element where he said that you are leveraging .com to transact and help the customer browse through the catalog, right? How can we make that as more intuitive rather than a .com? Can it become a transaction platform altogether wherein I am bringing in customer social preferences, customer went on the web, has done something on his wish list, can I continue that conversation, pull that wish list on my tablet and continue the conversation again? Or can I project that customer on a LED and help the customer make the choices using the catalog, put it on themselves, try out and all that. That is what in-store technology means. That is what it helps the retailer to convert that online traffic into actual sales when the customer walks into the store. That is what we are setting up. A very quick video of how one of the scenarios, one of the use cases that we are setting up, and you can play this video. There is one quick video of how we are setting up the experience when a customer walks into the store. Just quick a minute.
Retail customers want more personal, relevant experiences on their terms. Microsoft Dynamics for Retail enables you to engage anytime, anywhere with customers based on their contact preferences and offer rich, immersive experiences to build profitable relationships. With Dynamics for Retail, sales associates can use rich and immersive clienteling experiences on mobile devices to turn point of sale into point of service. I'm a sales associate using a Windows 8 tablet on the sales floor to assist a customer interested in a new digital camera. With access to more than just product information, I can bring up reviews and side-by-side comparisons to advise and help determine the customer's best option. By engaging more with the customer, I hope to provide them with an amazing experience. Dynamics Clienteling app makes it easy for me to cater to unique customer needs and increase purchases, cross-sells, and upsells on the store floor. With an individual purchase history, wish lists, and product recommendations right at my fingertips, I can make the most out of every customer touchpoint. On this details page, I can see purchasing trends like when the customer shops most often, which categories she spends the most in, and her typical price points. With rich, immersive, and mobile retail experiences, Microsoft Dynamics helps you shift from point of sales to point of service to build more profitable customer relationships every day. Find out more about Microsoft Dynamics clienteling app at www.dynamics.com.
We are doing for retail particularly. I spoke about another use cases of virtual change room. We are talking about bringing in HoloLenses, bringing in virtual reality within the store, bringing in technologies like wall and having a lot of content on the wall and how can you interact with the wall. They are bringing in a lot of those areas in technology. The objective was that when a customer walks into the store, how can we leverage devices, modern devices, things like we have used tablet here as one of the example. But what this tablet does is it brings in elements from different sources. It has brought in the catalog, it has brought in the customer preferences. Customer did something on some of the channels, it has brought in that element here. It has brought in social tweets, it has brought in reviews about the product, it has brought in other product details as well. What it helps is, it not only helps the customer, it also helps the sales representative or the store representative to interact with more information on that channel. So what we say is that when you engage the customer, it is important to offer choice which is relevant with content. It says assist. So you saw this particular use case was around clienteling app. It's also called an assisted sales, right? So you can do things like if something is not available in the store, from here itself you say that you go to that store and pick it up, you check your inventory online, check the services available. Or you can say that it's not available next door as well, you get it delivered. All those elements are just delivered out of the box. What it also has done, bringing in things like reviews or social tweets into this, it has helped that store representative and empowered that store representative to interact with right information with that particular customer. So that's all it does. So in the last of this video set, it is now from point of sale to point of service. Why it says point of service is because all these elements, like reserving an inventory at the store, getting the tweet from the web, from the social, say Twitter feed or say a Facebook feed, all these are services. And the store representative is saying everything on one single device, whether it is a tablet, whether it is a wall, whether it is connected device. So all of them are delivered on one single platform. So what we will be moving from Microsoft standpoint, we will continue to position this element. We will also welcome all your feedbacks to help us build up this particular technology which can help you as retailers move it and get that in-store experience to fight that online battle. That's all I wanted to say. If you have any questions, we are working with a lot of partners here as well. Many of the existing players are also interacting with us in terms of how they bring their customers onto our platform. A lot of discussions going on there. I'll give this for a couple of questions if you have. We'll close after that.
Shalin, just wanted to check with you. Probably this is something to IoT. Okay. See, my personal experience, I put it into a cover. Okay, and then I stand in the queue to get that.